Welcome to Local Business Spotlight, where we interview small business owners in cities and towns across America. And we do this so members of the local communities can get to know more about each business that's available in their area and the people behind that business. I'm Jeff Sneringer, and today I have with me Joe Malebranche, owner of the Amusement Crew. And welcome today, Joe.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Joe, what exactly is the Amusement Crew? Can you give us an overview of what you do?
Sure. We are basically an amusement vending company. We do kind of the game machines, redemption machines, amusement games, not video games, but everything else you see. For instance, if you go into a pizza shop or a restaurant, you see a claw machine. That's what amusement vending is. That's what we do. We place that type of equipment.
Okay, the claw machine, that's the one where the big claw comes out and picks up fuzzy things.
Yep.
Okay.
Imagine stuff at Dave & Buster's that's not video games, but like almost everything else that you have at a Dave & Buster's is the amusement industry is what we do. We place them in different locations, and that's basically our business.
Okay. And of course, you're more of a business to business type company.
Correct.
But right. So that's great. So what service area, what areas does the Amusement Crew cover? Like how far would you go? You're based in South Central PA, correct?
Yes, we're based in Littlestown, which is between like Hanover. It's west of Hanover, south of Gettysburg. Small little town. Some people may know it, some people may not.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where our shop is. But
Mhm.
we kind of go all the way up to Harrisburg, Reading, and all the way down to the DC line.
Oh, okay. So you'll
So
cover.
we have a wide radius,
You cover most of Maryland,
wide area we cover.
but other than
Yep.
you probably don't cover like the Delmarva area, or do you go that far?
No, we'll go down to we'll kind of go down to right like parts of Northern Virginia also. So we'll like encircle DC, like the
Mhm.
outskirts of DC, from
Mhm.
Montgomery County around DC to PG County, and then basically up towards us
Oh, okay.
or the north. Yeah.
All right. Now, if so, you're basically what you're doing, from what I can gather, is you're helping businesses that have walk-in traffic to monetize their dead space, so to speak.
Exactly. That's one of our selling points. Yes, we basically provide the machines free of charge to the business owner, and we pay them a commission based on the sales of the machines.
Oh, okay. So there's
So no, there's no cost to the owners at
no
all.
cost to the owner. Okay, great.
Yep.
And so probably, I guess, if someone had a lot of kids coming through their establishment, that would be a big thing, huh?
Yes.
Like,
We kind of, I was in the business years ago, got back in probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and found out that there is the prize selection, for lack of a better word, can go twofold, and we have many different types of machines.
okay.
So I have what's called a kids machine, which is your standard plush stuffed animals, that type of thing. And then we have I call it an adult machine, but it's more, my apologies, but it's more older kids, for lack of better. It does. We do wireless headphones, games, sometimes some little trinkets, stuff like that. That's not really geared towards your younger demographic. It's geared a little to the older kids, teenagers, and young adults, and even older adults. I do have some machines where we place all the way up to Xboxes or PlayStations.
Oh, wow.
Depending on the location. So it's but those are far and few between. But I do have locations where we do have Xboxes, PlayStations. I have Nintendo Switches and machines. So but back to what we were talking about. Yeah, basically when we go into a location, if I walk in someplace and there's 3 or 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 square foot of empty space that isn't being utilized, that's basically that's basically my sales pitch. I walk in and say, hey, you're not utilizing the space.
Right.
Let me place a machine here.
Exactly.
It takes up two 2 or 3 square foot, and we'll pay you a commission every time we come out and service it. You're not making money in that space anyway, so let us make you money in that space.
All right, cool. So how did you ever get in this type of business in the first place?
Well, I've been in a couple different businesses, mostly in the vending for the last 20, 30 years. I started out doing bulk vending, which is little candy machines you see at the grocery stores where you put a quarter in or 50 cents in. I started in that industry. I had about 400 or 500 locations all throughout Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. But after about 10 years, it kind of wore on me. So sold that and kind of got into the claw machine business. Did that for a couple of years, sold that, went into the coffee business. Same thing, ran that for about 8 years and then sold that out. And then finally took about 2 years off and then got back into the claw business.
Right.
But it's one of those things where you do what you know. You know, I mean,
Right.
I've been in this type of industry forever, so it's just a big circle. So eventually going to go back to what I know and what I'm good at. So
Okay. So how's the competition on something like this? Do you have?
there isn't the one thing. This is a very niche business. Like when you go into a store and you see a machine, it's kind of hard unless I have my name all over machines. I have my phone number. A lot of competitors don't really do that. They just have the machine there, and it's unfortunate in this industry for the candy, for the bulk vending and the claw machines. Sometimes people just leave the machine there. They service them once every 3 or 4 months, and then they kind of like get in and out real quick, so the owners don't see it, so they can't have them pick up the machine, or if the service is bad, they have no way of getting in touch with them. It's always happened in the business. It'll probably always will, but for me, the competition, there's a couple guys in Maryland, but I consider myself more of a mom and pop type business where I
Right.
go after the onesie twosies businesses. A couple of friends in the business, they have big contracts with movie theaters, with different grocery stores, bigger type businesses. There's not that many people that are going after the small onesie twosies like I am, especially locally.
Right.
There's 1 or 2 people in northern Pennsylvania. There's 1 or 2 people in Virginia or Northern Virginia. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. But in Maryland, where I'm at, there's really not that many. There's really nobody that I know of, to be honest with you. And again, I'm a small operator. I'm a one-man operator right now.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, there's nobody. I'm just literally trying to think if there's anybody locally, and there's really not. Again, it's all more bigger businesses that are going after contracts, et cetera, et cetera. And I enjoy just going after the mom and pops because again, it's everybody, we're all small businesses. So I have no problem dealing with small business because
Right.
that's what makes us go around.
Yep, exactly.
So,
Well, that was going to be one of my questions there. Why would they want to pick you over the competition? Well, you're hands-on. You're especially for the small
yeah,
business owner, you're going to service what you have put in. That's great. Yeah.
correct. And right now I'm like, I tell this all my locations right now, again, just because of the size of my business, I'm the only one they'll see. Nobody else is going to service a machine, collect the machine, pay them out. You're going to see my smiling face, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All righty. Let's see. Is there anything else you want to add, and we'll?
I was gonna, I guess, kind of go over our like what type of customers we deal with,
Yeah.
or what kind of customers we have,
Right.
or are looking for. We are this type of business is more like you said earlier about foot traffic. Where more foot traffic is, the better. It doesn't matter what type of business, but we kind of go after the food industry, the restaurant industry, laundromats, grocery stores, like smaller mom and pop grocery stores. I mean, we do have a handful of grocery stores down in the PG County, Montgomery County area.
All right.
And so I kind of go after anything that has foot traffic.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter to me, but I mean, there are some spots where we won't put machines in, but that's kind of something that I can,
Yeah.
after speaking with somebody, we can determine it's, I don't want to put resources or a machine out that's gonna have to be picked up in 2 or 3 months. That does us no
Right,
good.
right.
Just because the costs associated with getting the machine out there, getting product in there, getting the machine itself.
Mhm.
Um, granted, it's not an absorbent amount of money, but still, time is money. And just by the
Sure.
time we do all that, if I have to pick the machine up in 2 or 3 months, it's done nothing.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like, I like to vet my accounts and just see what's there, and see what we're going after. But again, and we have a various and numerous different types of machines,
Mhm.
ranging from the claw machines, the basic claw machines in the stores, to we have what's called mini claw machines, and we're the only ones locally that carry those. We're actually a distributor for them, and nobody else has those machines but us. And then variations thereof. So I mean, I can put a single machine into a single shop. If you have some places like want to set up like a small mini arcade for the kids, like restaurants, I want to have like a small area with 3 or 4 machines, we can do that. So it's it's wide open. I mean, we're open to whatever anybody might be interested in. And again, trying to figure out what's best for the area that the customer may want machines in. We don't want to overdo it, we don't want to underdo it. So that's kind of, I have a program where I go in and talk to somebody. We'll just literally, if they want us to build out an arcade for them, for lack of a better word, we can do that. If they want one single machine, we can do that. I mean, for us, it doesn't matter. Just
Yeah,
getting machines out. Basically, the old adage is machines not making any money in the warehouse.
right. There you go.
So, right.
Okay. So if someone owns a business and wants to contact you, and I'll put your information below the on local business spotlight, how to
Okay.
get in touch and everything, but go ahead and let them know what the best way is.
Sure. Best way for me is always phone. I'm a hands-on kind of guy. Our business number is 443-347-4455. We do have a business Facebook page, which is under the Amusement Crew. We also have the amusementcrew.com, where people can go and see machines and see different locations we've set up,
Mhm.
so they can get a little bit of information about us. But people can either call us on that number, or you can even text us on that number. We have the ability to do both. And being a small business owner, the phone is always on. I mean, I've spoken with people at 11 o'clock at night before. I know
Okay.
that's not the norm, but
Yeah.
it is. I mean, if I'm up and awake, and if I'm usually in the shop, I'll sit in the answer and have a conversation with somebody. That's no big deal. And like I said, we're a local company, so I mean, and I enjoy doing business with local business. I
Mhm.
consider local business the Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania area. So
Mhm.
to me, that's local. If I can drive to within an hour, hour and a half, that's local for me.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, a lot of business owners are too busy to talk until 11 o'clock. So,
yes, they are.
yeah. Okay. Well, is there anything else, or you think we covered everything?
No, I think we're pretty good. I mean, like I said,
Okay.
if anybody's interested, definitely get in touch.
Yeah.
It's not something people really look for. It's
Mhm.
This business is more kind of like an impulse type placement, to be
Right.
honest with you.
Right.
Like, for instance, when I walk into a location, it's not on there. It's not in the back of their mind to sit there. Oh, let me utilize the space, put a machine here. A,
Yeah.
B, business owners don't necessarily have the time, or looking, or Googling, or doing whatever to try to find this type of industry. So
Mhm.
the spotlight is actually kind of good, because it gets our name out there, lets
Yeah.
people say, oh yeah, maybe I have some space I can utilize. Let
Mhm.
me make a little bit extra money. And when we say a little bit extra money, I don't want people to think it's a couple $100 a month, couple $1,000 a month. I mean, granted, yes, my bigger locations, they do excellent. Our smaller locations, they do excellent. But it's not, I look at it as if, again, you're not utilizing that space. So any
Right.
money you get out of that space is going to be money you're gonna make out of that space. So
Yeah.
I don't make a killing. That's why I'm sitting there growing this business right now. We're a small operation. I have about 70 locations.
Yeah.
Um, so it's not, it's the old adage. It's with vending, the more locations, it's basically more and more and more locations is how you get ahead in the game. So
Sure.
yeah, so if anybody's definitely interested, they can get in touch with us. We'd be more than happy to see if it's something we can help anybody out with, and see if anybody's interested in putting a machine in. We'd love that. If not, we might be able to help point them somewhere else. And we also have resources. Sometimes people want to own their own machines or might want to
Mhm.
own video games, and I can point them in the right direction for that also. We don't
Oh,
really deal
okay.
in video games. Yeah, we don't deal in video games, but I can point them in directions where I know people in the industry where they might be able to sell them some equipment if that's the route they want to go as well.
Oh, okay. That's
But
great.
again,
Yeah.
with our machines, we service them, we own them. We come out, do the collections, and just pay the owner or pay the manager on the spot. So it's
Mhm.
not like you have to wait a couple of weeks to get a check.
Oh, wow.
We literally just hand them the cash. We pay them the commission right out of the machine, right when we're there on the spot.
I should put one in my living room, my kids.
So
Okay. Well, and that about wraps it up, I guess.
okay,
And thank you for being here, Joe. And
all right. Thank
yeah,
you again for the time.
yep, definitely. And if you own a business, I'll tell you what, I'm sure you have some empty space. Give Joe a call and get it, but generating some revenue for you.
That's right. See if we can make everybody some money.
That's right. Okay, well, to our viewers, don't forget to check out Local Business Spotlight, where we have other interviews. And other than that, everyone have a great day.
Thank you again.
Mhm.